How's it going, everybody? Ian back with another video. Today is just going to be a wrap up. Just a nice wrap up. Wow. So we are, what's the date today? The 25th? The 26th? 26th of January. I've just looked at my Goodreads account. I have 150 books planned to read this month, or this not month, holy moly, this year. And I just realized I'm at 19 books. So that's pretty damn good for the month of January. There's going to be one more. I'm going to probably finish 20 books in January because I'm about to finish this one that I'm currently reading. But let's just get into what I have read this past week and a half or so. First off, I finished The Gathering Storm by Robert Jordan / Brandon Sanderson. We're getting somewhere now. It's an okay book. It was an okay book. Definitely, you can definitely tell when Sanderson kind of took over. Now we're gathering. The storm is gathering for this final two-book fight we're about to have, and I'm glad I'm going to be done with it. And I'm curious now to see what Sanderson can do with this series now. I haven't been enjoying Wheel of Time, but this book was a step in the right direction. So there's that. Let's get into some books I have listened to that I can't really show anymore because I don't have my phone. I don't think I talked to you about this one. I did listen to Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. I didn't particularly enjoy this one. I gave it 2 stars on Goodreads. To me, it felt like a lot of filler. Yes, there was a lot of backstory on, the villains, and of course, we did have a spoiler alert. I don't know when this book came out, back in the early 2000s. Dumbledore is dead. He has perished. So that was, but I already kind of knew that was happening. Like I knew some stuff about Harry Potter. I knew Dumbledore did not survive the series. I did not know where, but towards the end of the book, you go, oh, okay, this is probably where it's going to happen. And then I listened to Mockingjay, the third and final book of Suzanne Collins' Hunger Games, and I did not enjoy that. I gave it 3 stars, but compared to Hunger Games and Catching Fire, this was a huge step down. It was just, I read a review. It was like you were being told, like, of course, that's what a book is. You're being told what was being happen. You didn't actually experience what was happening. Katniss was just kind of being told what was going on around her, basically, instead of her actually experiencing it. Of course, she experienced a lot of stuff, like at the hospital and, of course, at the very end. But that's what it felt like. It just felt nothing was happening too much, I guess. And to me, I thought it was a little anticlimactic. I mean, I did see the movies. They do stay pretty true to the movies. I haven't seen the movies in a long time, so I didn't remember how stuff was happening, how everything was resolved. But I don't know. It was pretty dull. But boom, that series is done. I'm not going to read the ballad songs of something Firebird. I don't remember. I don't care about it. That's about President Snow's uprising, and I don't care about that. And then Sunday? Yesterday, I think. Yesterday I finished it. I did listen to Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, and I didn't enjoy it at all. It was okay. More I think about it, okay, I can see it wraps up very nicely, but for some reason, I don't know why I didn't enjoy it too much. I don't know. I think I'm gonna probably give it a 2. I have it a 1 star right now because I was so, I don't know. For some reason I did not. I don't know why, and it could very well factor in that the last 3 books went all downhill for me, and it might have been because I listened to them basically back to back to back. I put Mockingjay in between Half-Blood Prince and Deathly Hollows. I put that, I just snuck that in there. But then, yeah, Deathly Hollows, I don't know why. I just didn't enjoy it. But it did wrap up nicely. I'm sure I'll think fondly back on it when I, maybe like, okay, maybe I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't like it. I just, and that's what I'm thinking is maybe I just got burned out listening to, 25 hours of one book and then 12 hours of the next book. It's, yeah. All right. So that is, what am I listening to currently? I'm listening to Deep Silence. I can pull that one up because I have this one in my phone. Deep Silence is book number 10, Jonathan Mayberry. Joe Ledger series. That's what it is. This is the final Joe Ledger series, and then he goes off into a spin-off series. So this is the final DMS, I guess, series. And then let's see what else I finished. I finished some physical books here. I finished Mark Rainey's On Target, number 2 in the Gray Man series. This one was not as good as the first one. The first one was really good. This one just kind of, I don't know why. I couldn't get into this one, but I did finish it, and I will continue with it more. But I think I expected too much because I loved the first one. The first one was very, 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 very good. And then I finished Empire of the Black and Gold by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is Shadows of the Act, Book 1. Gave this one 3 stars. It was a solid first book. The problem is this is a UK stuff, and it's very hard to find these in the United States. I talked with my local bookstore to see if I could order the second one, and it's going to cost like $30. And I was like, for a paperback? And they're like, it's just not. Apparently, it's not widely printed, or they just started printing these in the United States, but for some reason, and then I put a loan on the library, an interlibrary loan, and they're trying to find it for me, but we'll see. And then for some reason, my library is also, they have a digital version of this, but they don't. Like it says that when I go and look, because the second one is Dragonfly Falling, I go to look that up on my library card or library app, and it says it shows a picture of it. It says digital copy. I go to plus availability to reserve it. It says 0 of 0 available. So I don't know what's going on, why it's listed, and they don't have any copies. It says 0 0. So we'll see if I can get back. I'd be willing to see what's going on with that. So yeah. All right. What I am currently reading, I'm going to start this tomorrow because I'm going to focus on something today. This is Redemption's Blade by Adrian Tchaikovsky. This is a lot shorter, not even 400 pages. And this is more because, okay, that book was more spy stuff, the Shadows of the App stuff. This is more, it sounds like more like swords and fantasy kind of stuff that I really enjoy. So I'm going to sink my teeth into that. One that I'm reading right now, and I plan to finish it today because I can get through these mystery thriller books pretty fast. This is No Exit by Taylor Adams. Basically, what this is about, so a girl is trying to get home to her mom, who is going to go in for a cancer surgery in Denver, Colorado, or Summer Boulder, Colorado. So she's up in the mountains, and big snowstorm happens, of course. So she's got to pull off down to one of the rest areas. So she's at a rest area, and there's 4 other people there. So there's 5 people total. And while she's snooping around, whatever, she's walking past the cars, this big white panel van. Ooh. She notices inside that there's a girl, a 9-year-old girl, locked up in the panel van in a dog kennel. And she's got to think, what the hell is going on? There's some kidnapping going on here. One of the 4 people in there is not who they say they are, and is a very bad person. So she's got to kind of sleuth and try to figure out who it is. And, there's a snowstorm. It's a typical, blockbuster kind of thriller. Maybe not blockbuster, but, one of those, a nice matinee movie. Yeah, so she's got to figure out. She's got to do some sleuthing. There's a thunder or not a thunder, a big snowstorm that's just they're isolated. So cell service doesn't work. Her battery's dying on her phone. So yeah, so there's that. I'm gonna get this done today, and I'm gonna check this person out more. I am going to the library right after this to go and find some more Dean Koontz books for my 2020 Koontz, which I've only read one Dean Koontz novel this month. So shame on me, but we'll see if we can't change that here. I did. Oh, and then I got one more book that I plan to start. That is Larry Correa's Path of the House of Assassins. Book 2 in the I don't know what they call this. Saga of the Forgotten Warrior, and that would be a reread for me because I've been trying to get that read for the the third book. I did find two books, and I'm going to show them to you guys because that's what I do on this channel. We got Chris Evans, not the Chris Evans. This is an author. This is A Darkness Forged in Fire. This is book 1 of the Iron Elves. So basically, this I don't know what this is about, and it's something about I don't know, and I don't like reading the back because I don't enjoy that too much. I like to kind of tell me in your own words type thing what this book is about instead of me just dry reading you the back of the book here. So when I get to it, I'll tell you what it's about, I guess. But I heard about this on a BookTube channel, and I found it at a used bookstore for like $2, so I picked it up. $6, excuse me. Holy moly, whatever. All right, and then this one I had it in my eyes for a while. I've been seeing this around the bookstores, and I finally picked it up. It looks pretty generic. It's called Eyes of God by John Marco. It's got that old 70s cover, but it was printed in 2001. But this is just a typical sword and fantasy. This is a pretty big one, too. It's like 800 pages. But, you have got, your chosen one trope. This is a series. It's all said and done, so if I wanted to continue with it. But, yeah, this one I got for $5, and I've been seeing this around, and I wanted to give this. I haven't seen anyone talk about this series or that author. That's all I have. Yeah, we're getting ready for FFS, February Fantasy Stories. I think I have all the books on that I'm going to read because I'm going to read Fahrenheit 451. I've got a bunch of, I got Rogues, which is an anthology, an anthology short stories, Sword and Sorcery, edited by George R. R. Martin. And I have Urban Arcane, who just came yesterday on my app to listen to. That's a bunch of, what was that? That was a bunch of urban fantasy stuff. So I've got all, and then for all four, Sword and Sorcery, what was the other ones? There was Urban and Classic. And then, shoot, I forgot the other one. But I'm going to use Rogues for 2 of them because I should be able to find all 4 prompts in those 3 books. So I'm all set to start listening to that next week here. I believe next week is Classic Fantasy, so I'll be listening to Fahrenheit 451. It's a little cheating because it's technically science fiction, but I want to read it, and I figured I guess I'm gonna cheat a little, bend the rules because it's fantasy. Any book is technically fantasy, unless you're reading a memoir. All right. Have a good one, everybody. Is it memoir? I don't know. I don't know. All right. Biography, autobiography, although people can fantasize about their own lives. That happens all the time. All right. Have a good one, everybody.